Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to my kitchen. It's Vlogmas day 18 and we have more cookies. So I am going to do another new creation and I'm going to use this holiday fruit. I think they look like little gems and they're already chopped up in small pieces, and I'm going to use the basic cookie dough recipe. I already have a bunch of them made up. I'm going to put this in there and some chopped walnuts, and I'm going to put, and they'll be like fruitcake cookies, except better than what you think fruitcake is. Let's get baking. First, you want to make sure that you took your dough out of the refrigerator and let it sit with room temperature so that it's more pliable and you can play with it. And I am now going to take about a cup of walnuts and I'm going to put them in the processor and finely chop them up, because this is going to get mixed in with the cookie dough. You want it to about that type of consistency, very finely crushed. I also like to add another couple of tablespoons of flour, because I'm going to add a little bit more vanilla extract to this, and I don't want the dough to be watery. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Go ahead and take this and start mixing this up. Kind of play it by ear. Even though I chopped up a cup of walnuts, it might be too much, so probably used a half a cup in here. And as you can see, the fruit is very finely chopped, little chunks. And I'm going to put a quarter cup in here, kind of a good hefty quarter cup. Oop, there's a big chunk of cherry, don't want that. Yum. And just work this into this dough. And if you see there's not enough fruit and you want more fruit in it, just add more in there, which I think I might do. So I'm going to add just a little bit more, because I want these cookies to have a nice amount of fruit in them when you bite into them. I think the fruit looks like a little gems. I think I'm going to call them my Christmas gem cookies. If you haven't tried my recipe from the other day with the marzipan almond cookies, oh my goodness. I think those are like my husband and my new favorite Christmas cookie. It came out so wonderful. If you like almonds, that is the cookie to make. Now you can see there's a good amount of fruit in the dough, and so I think that's good. And I have a good amount of walnuts in here too. Okay. All the ingredients I wanted in there mixed real well, and now I just want to make sure that the oven is preheated at 375, and let me get my baking sheet ready and we'll be ready to pop them in the oven. Be right back. Now that I have my baking sheet out here, and I have this small silicone baking mat that I love, and I'm hoping Santa brings me a bigger one. When I went out to buy one, they only had this small, and apparently they go real quick, so we'll see. but either that or you could put parchment paper down, or don't grease, so use an ungreased baking sheet. But I find using the silicone mat or parchment paper helps keep the cookie from burning on the bottom. Now I'm going to just take and make small little balls. Again, just roll the dough. It may crumble a little bit because you've got all these little fruit in here. So just kind of work it the best way you can and roll it around. And then I figured I'd take the remaining walnuts and just kind of roll them in the walnuts. And put them on the sheet. Another way you could do these cookies is you can just kind of maybe flatten them out a little bit. And let's try that and see how those come out. And not put any nuts on them. I think I like that too. So again, roll them in a ball and then kind of smush them down. Let's see how those cookies turn out. It's always fun to play and try different things. And then once we have all these on our sheet and the oven is ready, then we'll pop them in the oven on the middle rack and bake them at 375 for 15 minutes. And then the cookies will be done. The cookies, you see I did 3 of them as balls, and then the rest of them I just kind of rolled in a ball and then flattened them out a little bit, and let's see how those come out. I'm sure they all taste wonderful, but I want to see what it looks like. Okay, let's put these in the oven. So while we're waiting for the cookies to come out of the oven, why don't you give me a thumbs up on this video and subscribe, share this recipe. I'm sure your friends would love some of my cookie recipes, and don't forget to click on that little bell so you get reminded of my next video. Thank you for your support. It's been wonderful. I've been doing this for almost 6 months now, and I've been having lots of fun, and I hope that I'm able to help you out with some really good and easy recipes to follow. Okay, here's a batch out of the oven. I like what the ones that I flattened out instead of the balls. I mean, either one looks good, but it looks a little different from the other cookies that I've made. So I think I like doing them where I flatten them out a little bit. So we're gonna do that with the rest of the batch. And I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on top to give it a little bit more pizzazz. After all, they're Christmas cookies, right? But you don't want to put the powdered sugar on the cookies yet because the sugar would just melt. So wait until it cools off a bit and then we'll do that. So here's the first batch of the little Christmas jewel cookies, and sprinkled a little bit of powdered sugar on there. You can see that, and it makes it look a little festive. So let's try one. Oh my goodness, they're so... Oh, if you could smell my kitchen right now, it just smells so wonderful with the cookie smell and the vanilla and everything. So, yep, another winner. So if you wanted to do the round balls and roll them in the walnuts like I did a couple of them, they're pretty too. But I think I like the flat ones with a little bit of the powdered sugar, and that's the way I'm going to do the rest of the batch. So again, another winner of Christmas cookies, holiday cookies. Yum, yum, yum. I hope you try this recipe. I hope you like it. Give me some comments below. Tell me how it's going for you. Have you baked any of these? And so until tomorrow, bye.